Ray, I've been thinking about something, and I figured you would be one of the guys I would want to ask. When I think about worship music, I wonder what instrument is missing currently in worship music. What would you say? Is there an instrument that you think really would add to the whole experience?
Well, I think one of the things that, I'll say it like this. I think one of the things that's missing is the pure organic acoustic sounds have kind of faded. Now, some groups, some bands, you'll hear them bring them back, just to be almost like an ornament in the midst of what they're doing. That because music, goes through seasons and different cultures bring different influences and expressions. But for me personally, coming from an acoustic roots,
right.
I kind of miss that, but that's a personal preference. A lot of what we hear today, all of the stomp boxes and all this, and I can get myself in trouble with a lot of the young guys here, but to me, that sounds like chemicals.
Well, we're going to ask them not to watch this.
Yeah, tell them.
So we're
good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what I really feel about it. No, but it's a time that right now is a time that the tones and textures of the technology have kind of overtaken sound.
Interesting.
Because they create these sustains based upon these swarming pedals and electronic 60-cycle hum tuned to music.
Wow.
Kind of thing. And so to me it feels a lot. Maybe it's one of the reasons because my ears are getting older too. But it just feels like chemicals and symbols a lot of times.
Wow.
And when we get older like this, the high frequencies do mess with us.
I know that's right.
But if it just if we're just talking about the mechanics of sound, I'd just love to hear a stand-up bass.
Oh yeah,
and the pure, like really nice old microphones that are sitting in front of a really great old guitars and really great old instruments, but everybody's always pursuing the next marketable item that's coming out, and sometimes overlooking just the purity of that old acoustic wood sound, the sound of the trees that gave their life for the music.
Oh my! I was listening to Ricky Skaggs, and I believe the fellow was Jack Black, and a couple other people doing. They were doing a song, and that was it's like they were using all original acoustic instruments, and it's like the song got up itself and danced around the room.
Yeah,
it was so powerful. It was like a moment.
Yeah,
it was like a moment.
Yeah. And of course, coming from Kentucky, I come from a place with deep roots and tangled limbs, but there's just something about that organic earthiness that defines the land that's in your blood that I think's missing. Because all music and sound is music is universal. Una meaning one, verse meaning song. The one song. Then melody is topographical. A sound like that is always, there's a geography connected to it that unearths these sounds in the DNA of the people that live in those lands.
Yes.
And so that'd be one of the reasons. See, now what is it? You're still hearing topography and you're hearing culture, but what we're hearing is this urban sprawl.
Yeah.
See, even country music doesn't sound like country music. That sounds like a lot of high-tech urban sprawl type sounds with a lot of inauthenticity, bearing the image of country when they're really not. And so I think just to get back to the pure, authentic sounds of who we are, is what's missing.
Well, that was that's very interesting.